So, incest is in the news today. It's really gross and disturbing stuff.
You mean InCell?
Sure.
Not incest? Not to be confused. They're two pretty fucked up things.
Yes, they actually are.
There was an incident in Toronto, Canada, in our home country of Canada, where some maniac decided to run some people over on a sidewalk, just driving up the sidewalk, killing 10 people, injuring a bunch of others. I think that's like one of the biggest mass things in Canada that I've heard of in my lifetime.
Not since the Montreal Polytechnic School shooting where there's a bunch of people. This was like in the 70s. So it's been a while since we've had a problem like this. Generally, when our nut jobs go a little crazy, they take out one or two people and themselves. This guy did not have the decency to die.
No.
I will admit that. He did try, though.
Yeah, the cop actually showed a lot of restraint not shooting the guy. If this was America, that guy would have had 14,000 bullets in him, and 4 bystanders would have had a bullet in them, too.
Yeah, definitely. If it was the States, it would have been empty to clip.
That's the funny thing, eh? You see the video of this cop, there's one of them. One cop, one bad guy.
Yeah.
If this is the U.S., there'd be 50 cops, one bad guy, 50 clips emptied, one bad guy dead, and probably 3 or 4 bystanders hurt in the process. But that's us Canadians. We're fairly nice people, I guess. We don't even kill whacked out people who just ran over a whole bunch of people. So we're talking about not that incident necessarily. That's a shitty incident. It's crap, bullshit. But we're talking about the reason why this man decided he wanted to, or allegedly, I guess, he wanted to run over people, and this new group of people that I've never heard of until this. They're called incels, and that's involuntary celibate. And what that means is you're not having sex because nobody wants to have sex with you. So this group of people, apparently they get mad, and they get together on the internet, and they talk about it. They talk about the bad things they want to do to people who don't want to have sex with them. Now,
the problem is when you get into little bubbles that you feed into a cycle of feed into cycles. So these people go on to these little forums online, and they talk to each other, and instead of actually helping each other through and console each other, they actually poke and prod each other to until they're like so angry and wanting to hurt people that somebody goes and does something stupid like this. Now, there was a similar incident in the States. A similar style gentleman was figuring he wasn't getting laid enough and decided to take it out on the general public. Because it's the States, he had a gun, and he went on a shooting spree. He ended up killing 6 people and wounding, I think, 10 more. This Toronto guy actually referenced him in his manifesto just before it was posted on Facebook, just before he decided to be a nut job.
I understand. I don't understand. I have no sympathy for this man at all. I can understand him being frustrated about not being able to, be sexually successful, as they call it. But to go that far where you're gonna hurt people because of it, you've got screws loose. And if we've all struck out, we've all taken our shots and missed. You know what I mean?
Some more than others.
Yeah, and it's who cares? You move on. Especially in today's world, man.
I know, Tinder.
Tinder, yeah,
Swipe. Man. Really, on Tinder, all you need to do is swipe them all, and one will bite eventually.
Volume, man. Man, back in the day where I had to pick up women, it was I couldn't volume 500 women swiping in a night like you can nowadays. It's 2 or 3 women, and you strike out, you go home, you fucking watch porn, and you jerk off. Now it's 500 women, and it's you're gonna match 1. You're gonna 2. You have to. You have to, right? You have to.
No, not necessarily, but
come on. There's somebody out there for everybody. Come on,
Well, okay, not actually really.
I'm married. Come on, man. There's somebody out there for everybody, guys. Come on. Come on.
I just
hope that because the world we're in nowadays, where everybody is all concerned about everybody's feelings. I don't want these people to be put in. They're wackos. They're crazy quacks that need to be like ostracized from our society and be like, no, you're crazy. And if you think of hurting people, maybe you should go to a psych ward and get some help or something, because no, that's not normal. Like it's not normal. In my mind, it's just not normal.
wanting to hurt people?
No, like not. Again, I live by the motto: live however you want, do whatever you want, as long as you don't hurt anybody. How hard is that to do? There are these things called like hookers, right? $400 or something. I don't even know. Like, I have no idea how much they cost.
Well, if you
$400 could probably get you an hour with a good one.
Probably.
I would think.
I would hope.
I would think. I don't know.
Either that or we're that far out of touch.
Yeah. Let us know down below if you guys know how much the escorts cost nowadays.
Well, escorts and hookers are different. Escorts are always way more than.
Okay, well, I'm thinking $400 could get you a good escort. I remember I had a friend who and that's why I know that price. Because he told me it was like $400 for something. I'm like, oh, fuck, that's expensive. But really, when you think about it, if you date a woman for 4 dates, say, equivalent almost.
A meme was like this: it's like if you have to put out more than $100 on a date to get a woman to put out, buy a hooker. And it's like, well, it's probably a little bit more to buy a hooker, but
at least you know what you're going in for.
Exactly. It's like,
at least you know you're getting
there are no predispositions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I heard about this, and my wife actually told me about this InCell thing, and I went, "What?" I'm like, "What is this? You guys are so angry that it blows my mind." I wonder how long this has been around.
InCell? It's been around for many
Seems
years.
like it's been around for a long time, eh? Because like the article that I read and then I sent you was like, this one dude has been studying it for a while. I'm like, there's people out there who do this? Like, I know that there are groups of like people who talk about things and like they hate on things, but
no. If there's something out there to talk about, there are groups that talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
And then you have your offshoots, the ones that are always happy, joyous, positive, and you always have the ones that are not so happy, joyous, positive, and then you have the ones that are in between.
I think that's one of the biggest problems with the social media and the world today, is that we're so connected, and we're so, with the ability to always become obsessed with one thing is so readily available that it just consumes you. And it's like,
and the fact that you can find other people
to
share your obsession
and who think about the same way you do,
and go down the same rabbit hole together, and you go, I'm not alone.
But you're not alone because you're fucking crazy, and that's what happened. Like, I've done it. Like, I've pigeonholed myself, and I've had a thought of only one way, and it's like, but then you kind of, well, I hope, but like I've had the ability to step back, doing this. I've had the ability to go, okay, maybe I don't need to be such a close-minded idiot.
Sometimes you just hit that wall and go, oh, ow, there's a wall.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I've noticed that I've hit that with, my Oiler fandom, I love the Oilers, but some of these people on Twitter are just so negative, and they're just so, like, it's like their life. They're obsessive compulsive over something, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Is that what happens to people? They get so obsessed over something, and they get so just enraged about it. You're not having sex with me because you think you're better than me. No, they just don't
want to have
click
sex
with you. They don't, like, whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to just being an adult and being, it's okay. Yeah,
because we teach this society now that you deserve everything.
I know.
You are entitled to everything.
I know. I hear this on the radio. I hear this one commercial pisses me off. It's like this father and his daughter, and they're doing a commercial for his company. And it's like the daughter's like, oh, if you work hard, you'll get whatever you want. And I'm thinking, no, you fucking won't. You could work your ass off and get nothing. Mm-hmm. Like, let's not teach... Like, we have to teach our kids and people reality.
The precipitation everybody gets an award because they participated.
Oh,
No.
no.
And it's like, no. You give an award out for the guy who finishes first, second, and third.
Yeah.
And everybody
The rest have to
else,
try
you
harder.
go, no.
Yeah. You didn't get it. You didn't try it. You failed. I'm sorry. Try harder
So
next time.
they will either try harder next time, or they will just not try in that particular thing anymore.
It just gives everybody, I think it gives everybody a false sense of hope. You know? People, I've been told that I do look at things in a negative way. I'm like the eternal pessimist. I'm always looking at things like something bad is going to happen. You know what I mean? But
I like to consider myself a realist.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was just going to say. I like to think that I'm just a realist. And
people don't like it when you say that.
No,
because and it's like, well,
I don't live with rose-colored glasses. I just can't.
It's so funny because the missus accuses me so many times of wearing rose-colored glasses, and I'm like, okay,
yeah, no.
maybe from your perspective, I wear rose-colored glasses, but from over here, not so much.
I don't wear rose-colored glasses. You know, it's like, I just think, we give this world and our younger generations are given this. Like, it's so bad because it's so hard because there's such a fine line between
ego,
like,
and everything else.
It's just, I don't even know what the fine line is. I don't know if the right word is ego but I know there's something out there that I'm trying to convey. But it's just like the fine line between, yes, you can, if you work hard, you can achieve whatever you want or get whatever you want. But at the same time, you have to be realistic. You have to understand that. Even though you work hard and you think you've put all your effort into it, you may not get it. You may fail. But that's going to help you in the long run, you know? Like, you go after this girl and you don't get her. It's like, well, I should have got it because I tried hard and I did everything. Well, unfortunately, that's not the way the world works.
You pick yourself up.
Yeah, dust yourself off and move on.
Walk away.
You know what I mean? But I think, I don't know, there's so many things in society right now is that we're all so judgmental of people's appearance. We're all so judgmental of people's status in the world. Because
social media makes it way easier to be this negative person online because there are no consequences. And even, like, you're teaching people that there is no losing, so you're not teaching people consequences for their actions.
Yeah.
So people think they can do whatever they want and get whatever they want, whereas in reality, they could do whatever they want, yes, but there are going to be negative consequences to some of the actions in which you perform. But we don't teach people that.
No.
And because we're not teaching these people that, you have these people that are they are entitled. They believe themselves entitled to whatever they want. And in case of InCell, they believe that women should be sleeping with them all the time.
Yeah. But that's just not the case. I'm going to give you a little example of life for me. As you guys have known, I used to be a fatty, like really big, like much bigger. I'm still kind of fat, but not as fat. I've lost a bunch of weight, and I've noticed two different worlds that I've lived in. When I was fat, people don't want to look at you. People don't want to interact with you. They're not as nice to you. They don't treat you like a normal person. Now that I'm skinnier, I kind of look normal. I'll quote that. Mm-hmm. Normal, you know. I look slim in clothes. People treat me a lot differently. They smile at you. They're more willing to interact with you. And you just get more of a good vibe off of people. And it's just so weird to see that in this world. And it's a shame. It's a complete and utter shame that we that we are that way. Yeah, I've known it.
It's interesting you say that because from my perspective, it doesn't matter when I was skinny, fat, or in between. They all treat me like shit.
No, not me.
So the way people treat you when you're fat, that's the way I was treated. That's the way I'm treated all the time.
I want people to just not talk to me because I'm not a social person. I'm very awkward in social situations, and it's come out more that I have anxiety in social situations, and it's just weird. You know what I mean? So I can understand where these I understand incel people are coming from. They're social anxiety is a real thing. Yeah. But it doesn't cause me to want to go hurt people because people don't want to talk to me and people don't interact with me the way that I want them to. It makes me kind of go, well, maybe I need to learn and teach myself how to be more comfortable and to, you know.
See, a lot of people don't self-reflect. They don't understand.
Nobody knows how to do that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't go, well, maybe it's me. No, a lot of people go, no,
it's you.
everybody else.
I want to know where I got that trait from. Like, I want to know, like, because it seems very rare. Like, it seems like completely rare. It seems like nobody knows how to do that. The first thing I do when a situation goes funky, goes weird, I go, what did I do? What did I do in this situation that made it go like this? How can I make it different the next time I'm in this situation?
Yeah.
Isn't that the first thing you should do?
And I find what the problem is like, oh, what should I do? Nobody ever wants to say anything. And it's just like, well, how am I supposed to learn if you're not willing to tell me?
Yeah. The need to be right and the desire to be so right and to be liked in this world is, and it's just so weird. I just like...
For me, personally, it comes down to this. I am right. I'm right way too often.
But nobody admits it.
Nobody wants to say you're right. The problem is, I don't want to be right.
No.
Because it just pisses people off. Because they go, well, he's a smarty pants. Oh,
I know.
Look at
it's
him.
so
He's a
weird.
And I'm like,
I know. It's like, oh, you're right.
I don't want to be right.
No,
I'm right because I know how to read situations. I know how to read people. I know how to read vibes and things like that.
Now you just sound like an asshole.
Yeah, I know.
Totally, but I totally understand where you're coming from. And you don't want to speak up. It makes you go, well, I don't want to say anything, even though I know that I'm right. But because if you're in a group of, like, say, 10 people, it's you and 9 other people, and they're like, oh, look, it's a tree, but you know it's a bush, and you go, it's a bush, but 9 other people go, it's a tree. Well, it's a tree, no matter how much you say it's a bush, because even though it's a bush.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like whoever screams the loudest, and the majority, whether they're right or wrong, is the way that people view things. And it's like, and you're looked at it as the crazy one because you see a bush, not a tree, and you're like, but that's a fucking bush. How do you not see that's a bush? A tree is tall, you idiots. And it's like, well, you're crazy. It's like, well, no, I'm not crazy. That's a fucking bush. And then, you know, a week later, they're like, oh, that's a bush. And you're like, I fucking told you a week ago it was a bush. Now it's a bush because you say it's a bush?
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, oh, God, why? Why? Please make it stop. This is why people drink.
I drink it and it still pisses me off.
See, I need to start drinking.
Like these incel people, they just piss me off. Every group of people piss me off. Feminists, fucking white supremacists, Black Lives Matter. You all piss me off because you have no idea how hypocritical you all are. No idea. Nobody has any idea how hypocritical they are. I don't like you because you tell me that I can't be, but I'm telling you... I'm living in a fucking parallel universe here.
Hey,
where...
well, welcome to the new dimension. It's I've been here for a while.
Seriously,
it's nice to have other people come and visit every now and then because sometimes you just go, I
don't like it.
No, very true.
I need like a bad concussion so I lose some brain cells. Or
yeah, and
that's what it feels like.
Yes, you know, the internet has its ups and downs. It is good because it can bring people together. Unfortunately, it is bad because it can bring people together.
Oh my God.
And it also gives people that shouldn't have a voice a voice.
Everybody deserves a voice. No. No, they don't.
No. Yeah, if we could go back in time.
No.
And when somebody said, oh, everybody should have a voice, we'd go,
you, get out now. You leave.
No. There are a lot of stupid people out there. And giving them a voice is just going to cause.
And the worst thing about stupid
problem.
people, they don't realize how stupid they are. And I wish that I seriously wish that I could, I just want to feel like them for a day. I just want to know what it's like to be like that. I know we're sounding like a couple of assholes right now. We're absolutely sounding like a couple of condescending assholes. And you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely fucking right. But over time in my life, I know that I've been in a situation where I'm like, I told you that was a bush a week ago, but you didn't listen to me.
What I find really fun is when I'm in a room with a bunch of smart people, because
I love it.
It's so awesome.
Yeah, you're just
because they're talking and you're learning.
Yeah, I know. You're like, yes. It's like your brain is like feeling good. You're like, yeah, it's like a drug. You're like, yes.
You know, these people are talking and they're using big words, and every now and then you have to go,
wait a second, what does that word mean?
Oh, interesting.
Okay, yeah. I like that
and
word.
Then and then you just feel so good because it's like, I'm not the smartest person here. I'm the dumbest one. Yay!
Yeah.
And then people, you just become smarter because you either get left behind or you actually have to do something to keep up. Whereas if you're the smartest person in the room,
you get dumber.
You get dumber because there are more dumb people than there are smart people.
But I think that's what the internet does too. It takes smart people and makes them a little bit more dumb because they got to try and filter through all the crap and I don't know, whatever. We're just...
Yeah.
We're kind of hypocritical ourselves because we're on the internet.
We are using one of those tools we just said, and we understand we are being...
Trust me, we get it.
Hypocritical right now.
We've never said that we don't understand what we're doing here.
We point it out quite often, too.
And we openly admit that we will sell out at the drop of a hat for the right amount of money.
Exactly. And to be honest, yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
You know, but people do this. This is the way the world works.
That's right.
Even the Beatles sold their songs for commercials.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I'm not selling out. I'm going to openly do it and be like, yeah, I'm getting rich doing it.
Ad space.
That's
here.
right. Ad space here. Ad space everywhere. Openly do it. Yeah. Openly do it. And I will thank you for watching when we get all those ad spaces.
And for those of you who say, oh, no, I'm not doing that. It's like, yeah,
you are.
You kind of are.
Yeah, you are.
You just don't have the balls, acorns to...
Yeah, you just don't want to admit it because you don't want to... Like, fuck, man. Just admit that you're fucking doing it for money. It's okay. Just admit that you're doing something for yourself. It's okay. Yeah. But at the same time, realize, once you have enough for yourself, give it back. Pay it forward. But it's okay to take for yourself first. Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
What is that called? What is that called when you take too much for yourself? Gluttony, right?
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Greed.
Gluttony and greed, my friends. Go check it out. I don't know. How did we get here? I feel like I just went down the rabbit hole of YouTube.
Yeah, we did again.
That was so weird. Huh.
Hey, it's YouTube.
God, I love it.
Yes, you do.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I love ranting. It makes me feel good. Gets it out here. Gets it out of here. Puts it out here. And I go, okay. I'm not crazy, but I kind of am crazy.
I'm not as nutty as some people are, but I'm still nuttier than others. And I'm okay with that.
Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
See ya.